is Huffin' Ya Puffins. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your host, Amanda. And today, we have a very special guest, Miss.Wig, the guinea pig. Woo! She is a great introduction to what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about if animals positively or negatively impact relationships.
They positively impact it.
Yeah.
It's positive.
There's
no negatives.
They have their moments.
Their quirks.
So, I don't know if you can hear her. She's crunching on her lettuce.
There's some more for you guys.
Oh, she's so cute. My pride and joy. See, don't you think that's negative sometimes? How obsessed I am with her?
To an extent, yes, but at the same time, I see a lot of benefit with it as well. So,
yeah,
I do think that pet obsession can borderline be negative. It really is on that gray area in that fence, because it can go too far where it's almost like you're prioritizing the pet over everything.
Right.
But at the same time, they are your friend. They are a part of your family. You should care about them. If you just...
I think there's times when I definitely choose Miss.Wig, the guinea pig, over hanging out with you.
Yes,
and that I feel like could be a problem if it goes a little too far.
I do think there are times where it does go too far, right. But at the same time, I probably sometimes will hang out with living room animals.
Yes.
Over.
That's what we call them. Because the guinea pigs are in the bedroom, and then the living room animals are Atlas and Bonnet the bunny.
Yes. So there are times where I'll prioritize hanging out with them over you because I think they need attention, and I think that they haven't been, enriched enough.
Yeah.
For a better case of word.
She's so cute. I love my guinea pigs.
So when you talk about her,
Well, if anyone knows anything about me, they know I'm a guinea pig freak.
Which it's different. But having a weird pet obsession also means that you've done a lot of extensive research with them, and you do give them some of the best care in the world. So I do think it's a really good thing that they have a much, if it was me buying guinea pigs, I wouldn't have gone the length you did.
No.
They wouldn't have the best cage. They wouldn't be getting the diet that they have. So I think almost being...
definitely so true, but I can already see into the future that I'm just going to be one of those overbearing parents.
But is that necessary?
Because I have a camera on them.
Yes.
I watch them all the time.
But I don't think this is a bad thing. I think it means you're also going to be a really protective and good mom. Because you catch things early with them. Like, you are very...
So that's a positive.
Yes, because...
they're like a learning experience.
Yes, I think all pets deep down...
Just kidding, wait, they're not a learning experience.
Well...
She is the experience.
I think pets deep down are a way to teach responsibility to anyone. Whether it's a beginner pet for a kid, or for us getting a dog and having all these animals. It's almost like a test run for your future kid, or to learn and build on that.
Yeah.
There's lessons to be learned whenever you own a pet.
You can see, how the other person works.
Yes.
In those terms. Like, if you're neglecting your animal, you probably shouldn't have a kid.
Exactly. I think having a pet is a good indicator where you are in your life. You're financially responsible with it. Do you have emergency funds set aside? Because vet bills can get very expensive. I mean, really quick.
I call her my $1,000 pig.
She said
because we've had one too many vet trips. But that included x-rays, antibiotics. Yeah, she's looking up I know.
But that also comes from you being that's from the overprotective side as well, because with guinea pigs, right, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they hide illnesses being prey animals.
They do, yeah.
So she won't always, you might hear her make a weird noise or something, and it's going to trigger a response in you because you think something's wrong, because you're like, okay, this isn't normal. So then you're going to maybe not overanalyze, but you're going to be very critical of when you're checking her over.
I just want to take care of it right away.
Exactly.
Figure out what it may be, because they do hide illness as well. And sometimes they hide them so well to the point where it's too late.
Yes.
So you definitely have to be on top of them, as with any animal.
I completely agree with you.
You have your little guy that you're obsessed with too.
Yes. My obsession is with the dog.
Yeah.
Which is more common, especially this day and age, where I think dogs
more common to be obsessed with the dog.
Yeah, I think dogs have kind of taken over kids for people of our generation. I think that kids become very expensive, and it's tough to have them in this day and age. And I think people, they don't replace them with dogs, but they get a dog because
The dog just like a child.
Exactly, and I do that. He does go everywhere with me. He is, for better sense of the word, my best friend, because I take him out. Yeah, I take him out. Like when you're not here and you're at work, I'm going places with him, trying to do all these new things to incorporate into his life, because he did have that 8-hour crate life at one point in his younger days, and I wanted to kind of make up for that.
I will say, he took me quite some time to warm up to, and I think that is kind of the struggle too, when you want to like integrate a new pet into the relationship, how the other person's going to take it.
I think you need to really set boundaries and rules, and hold your partner to those boundaries and rules when it comes to adding a new pet. With Atlas, we did not do the proper research. Let's say it as it is.
Yeah.
If we were to do this again, in hindsight, we had a time machine, I don't think we get a corgi.
No.
I don't regret our decision one bit.
We definitely made things a little bit more hectic around here than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad, because he definitely added some excitement to the household as well. But
we did not think it was going to be as much of a handful. At first,
it was really crazy.
Yeah, they have, corgis are painted on, social media as this perfect apartment, small-sized dog, and they're not. Do your when it comes to getting a new pet, do your research, because corgis have herding instincts. They have a ton of energy, 24/7 play, and they have a bark that they will use constantly.
It pierces right through you.
It goes through your soul.
Like nails on a chalkboard.
It is brutal. And they don't care when. He'll sing that song whenever he wants.
My issue with him, though, especially when we first got him, was just the destruction. But he was a puppy, so I get it, because puppies are destructive.
But when they don't have enough things around them,
I just wasn't expecting.
Yeah, they chew everything. He's done a number of work on our furniture.
Oh yeah.
So always realize that too. When you're getting it, if you're looking for a dog, the age of the dog, the training that's going to be required for it to be basically a functioning member of your family. Because if it's not house trained, it's going to be peeing on everything, biting everything. So you do have to really train them, set that time aside. Vet bills are always going to be expensive, like we just talked about.
That too, to make sure that
and then
you can afford it.
Yeah, pets, and then food's expensive. Hay's expensive for the guinea pigs.
There's a hay shortage currently. I don't know why.
That's political reasons.
Oh.
The war in Ukraine has led to a huge hay shortage for us.
Wigan, did you hear that? She's like, it makes me so mad. I can't get my hay.
Yeah, Ukraine's one of the biggest suppliers of hay and dirt.
I did not know that. Oh, she's gonna clean? Fun fact about guinea pigs, they basically have their own little personal shampoo in their eyes. They get like gooey, and they use that to clean themselves.
So is her...
It's like being on camera. She's like, really? You're watching me clean right now?
Is her being an all-black guinea pig, does that make her rarer than some of the other ones that you see in terms of pet stores and things like that?
So we actually watched a documentary the other day, me and her, and it was just talking about guinea pigs. They come from Peru, what they do to them in Peru. They eat them. But black guinea pigs are not eaten because they are considered black magic. So if you did eat one, she would curse you.
They're kind of like the black cats then of America.
Yeah,
in terms of Peruvian
literally my
culture.
little witch.
I get her a little witch hat for Halloween. Oh, she's so mad right now. Okay, baby, I think I'm gonna go put her back.
And I'll be right back. Okay, where were we?
Talking about, I believe, pets.
Wow, really? We're talking about pets? I totally forgot that in the 5 seconds it took me to put her away.
Oh, you have short-term memory loss.
Yeah, you're getting old. So, I know there was one pet that you were a little angry. Well, not angry, but you were a little taken back that you didn't know we were getting this animal. And that is Bonnet the bunny. He came in an interesting way to my family.
Yeah, he was gifted to us, basically. We took him by through multiple hands. And I think that's one thing I was really good to talk about, is that when these type of things happen, I think communication is key. Because I did not realize we'd be taking the bunny. We were moving at the time, and then you just sprung him on us like, oh, we're having a a fifth pet at the time because we didn't have
I
Atlas.
think I sprung him
It was
on you.
sprung.
You knew that I had him.
I knew, but I didn't think he was
knew
coming
that
with us.
He was just like the guinea pigs. He was
Yeah.
in my room,
I know.
back at my home, and you can't. Look how cute he is.
So,
you can't not take him.
I will say this: when you get a pet, it is a family member for life. I'm really big on that. I'm really big on not. You can't give it up. You really took on the responsibility, and if you really can't make it work, it's up to you to find the perfect home to rehome them because you can't just abandon them. So we did take him, and I will say, he's been a good addition. We actually modeled some of our furniture around his new cage that we got him. So it's been great incorporating him more into the household, and he seems to really enjoy it. So I will say that we did a very good job of accommodating him, and having you being. And
I never had bunnies when I was younger. I always wanted one.
I had one.
But I always thought they were like more difficult to take care of, but he's super easy to take care of.
He's also smaller. I think does help a little bit.
You think so?
A little bit.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah, Norwegian dwarf.
Norwendorf. Yeah.
I know for a fact that if he was one of those big 30-pound bunnies that exist in the world, it'd be a whole different story.
I feel like those ones are super lazy though.
Yeah, but they're also think of the space they need.
Oh, they definitely need a lot of space.
And then pooping would be.
It's good for him though, because he has a hutch, so you just open his door and he can hop around.
Again, always do your research because bunnies do prefer floor time. They need a little more than just their cage. You're laying, kind of almost like laying them out like a dog. Yeah. So you do have to always do research when it comes to animals because a lot of times pet shops, with my experience, don't give you the full story. They want to sell you the animal, so they're going to tell you the very basics of what it needs. But that's like telling a kid that it can only eat cereal for the rest of its life. Imagine feeding your, for 18 years just straight cereal.
Yeah, you probably get diabetes.
Exactly, but that's kind of what they give you this.
They give you the food, basic rundown.
And that's not enough. You really need to explore and do your research, make sure you're knowledgeable on it. Do really good at this. I remember there was a time when there was a mom and a daughter, I believe, at PetSmart talking about the guinea pigs. And you actually chimed in, and you never chime into conversations. And
no, I don't.
You actually did this time explain to them some things that they could look at for the guinea pigs. And that was like a really cool thing, because not only are you really passionate about them, but you're more than willing to even go out of your comfort zone to
make
teach
sure
other
the guinea pig is getting the right things it needs.
Exactly. Even though you weren't getting the guinea pig, that was a really cool experience for me to see you actually.
Oh, I mean, I go to these pet stores. I wish I could buy every single one of the guinea pigs. So I think you'd be a little angry about that, though.
But they were,
if we had 50 guinea pigs or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That is like my dream, though, is to have a guinea pig sanctuary.
Which could very well happen in the future. I mean, you get a backyard, you just hutch it up, make a shed.
It's like my lottery dream.
Yeah.
I never won the lottery. Guinea pig sanctuary. Right away.
Saving all the guinea pigs.
Yeah, pretty much.
You built a dog sanctuary, so it's not that crazy.
No.
The guinea pigs are also bigger in Europe. Like, you see those kind of things
really big in Europe. I don't know why.
I think it's just
helpful, though, because there's a lot of guinea pig YouTube channels that I watch, and they're all in, like, Germany is a hot spot for them, and they don't have air conditioning there. So it's helpful when it gets super hot here to look at the tips they use for when their guinea pigs get hot, because guinea pigs can overheat easily. So you kind of have to put, like, a little ice pack in their cage to cool them down. I know way too much about guinea pigs.
I don't think that's the thing. You say you know too much, but I think you know the amount that you need to know to be a proper owner. Because if you don't know these things, like if you don't know if you think, oh, it's just one guinea pig, it's fine. They're social animals. They always need to get two. That's a common misconception. You need two, and then the cages they usually sell you are only big enough for one guinea pig. It's things that they don't really tell you.
Even.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
so small.
So that's something that I think really needs to be talked about, is that you should always know your research, know the space and what's actually required for the animal.
Definitely.
Like Alice, I wish we knew. He probably wouldn't have gone because he kind of needs a yard. We do everything we can with him, and we accommodate him very well.
We got one eventually.
And we got one eventually, but we did it. And we did it.
He's still young.
I think we've done a good job with him for what we have, and I think he's adapted well, and we've adapted well to his needs. But again, if I was looking back on it, probably would have ended up with a basset hound or something along those lines when it came.
I think you need to take in what your lifestyle's like. Like, we're only active when we go to the gym. Otherwise, when we're home, what are we really doing?
Yeah,
we're just hanging around.
Yeah. So I do play with him, but it is a lot because he's very needy.
He's very needy.
The other thing is that
I love his barking at 3 in the morning.
that's not me to wake me up. That's him like he. If anything makes a noise. But
Yeah. He does negatively impact our relationship when he does not let you come near me.
that
For some
in
reason,
the room,
he's very possessive.
he's very possessive. That like I can't lay my fingers on you. I can't touch you. He'll freak out. And it's not and it's not vice versa because you can touch me and he doesn't really get as mad.
No.
But it's like if I'm holding you or I hug you, he gets
But you would think that would be him, like,
taking your side.
yeah.
Yes, but then I will. But
But
then
I think I think the way he takes it is like, oh, you're petting me.
That's what
And
I
you're not
think.
petting him.
Because when I go into the room, right, he has no problem with you being in the room. But the minute I go into the room, he's right by the gate staring into it. And if I walk out of his line of sight, he'll go ballistic. And it's excruciating. And trying to sleep with you at times is painful because of how much he just barks
He
and
doesn't
bellows.
like you in there.
No, he doesn't like me.
He's like, no, you need to sleep out here with me.
If he knows I'm home, it's like he needs to be able to see me at all times. It's like I need to be in his line of sight, which is definitely a problem.
That's a question that I would like to ask people. Do you let your dog on the bed?
Yeah, dude, because I wouldn't let him on our bed, personally.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Just because I want him on the bed, but we just got a new black comforter, and he is a shedder, and I don't want him.
Regardless of if your comforter's new or not.
Oh,
In
okay.
a general rule, do you let your dog on the bed?
And what is the rule with your dog on the bed? Do you give it only an hour at a time, or are you letting it full roam? I don't know. Are we kind of...
Because I think that's something important in relationships, if you want to sleep with your dog or not.
Yeah.
And the other person doesn't want the dog in the bed.
Yeah, I think also...
Because you'd probably be happy if we all cuddled up together. But I don't.
It's too hot. Number one, because
that dog sweats.
and
Dogs aren't supposed to sweat.
But he gets hot. He is a
sweaty
furnace.
animal.
The other thing is that with the bunnies, to make any sort of noise, the guinea pig, sorry.
Oh yeah.
He's up and he's by the foot of the bed staring right at their cages. And I know he would never go into the cage, but if he somewhat jumped off the bed, he would hit the cage.
The most common thing for me is this animal goes outside and pees and poops all over the dirty ground.
And then if there's anything...
I'm not going outside walking on all fours in dirt and mud, and if I was, I would shower after. So why would I want that in my bed?
I wipe him down.
It doesn't matter if you wipe him down. Even if I go out in going out clothes, I still wouldn't sit on the bed in going out clothes.
That's a fair point.
You know?
And you look at the couch and it kind of makes sense why he wouldn't be allowed on the bed.
Animals are dirty.
Yeah.
Wig's not. Wig is not dirty.
I think it's
As
also...
you just saw, she cleaned herself.
You kind of touched on this, but much more. When you're adding a pet, say that I already have a pet and we're meeting for the first time and things are heating up.
Yeah.
I think it's really critical for the other partner to interact with that pet and get to know him or her, because that could be a deal breaker for some people. If I had Atlas first, right, and then I met you, it would be tough. I think. For us to be like, yeah, I mean, we'd probably still be able to make it work, but I think it adds a whole other dimension to your relationship because your schedules change. Now, say you didn't have to sleep in early. Say you got to sleep in later. Now this dog needs to get out early. Someone can't take care. Say for some reason I'm not there, and you have to get up. It changes schedules. It changes routines. You have to.
I think that
adapt.
is definitely something that you can work with, though. I don't think it would be a deal breaker.
No, not a deal breaker. It definitely has to be
I
discussed.
think the only thing that would be a deal breaker is if you had an aggressive dog and you were trying to introduce somebody
Or an allergic.
allergic to them, too. Yeah.
God always. I think the first step is just communicate with your partner too. Let them know that you have an animal that might take first place over them for a little bit. Just being honest. If we first met, you would
forever.
Like I said, you're kind of possessed. If I came into your life and you had those guinea pigs, you would tell me that they take priority.
You think I would?
Yeah, we both know you would. And that's one thing. Like when you prioritize your animal, just you have to let your partner know that there's responsibilities and expectations when it comes to owning that pet. If I'm letting you into my life, I'm expecting you to take some sort of responsibility with me in helping me raise said pet.
Yeah.
If I expect you to take care of Atlas at times, say you ask me to take care of the guinea pigs, right?
I mean, they're a part of our family now.
So when always adding animals, just understand the responsibilities, understand that it's a team effort. It's not a one-man crew.
No. Because then that could cause some resentment.
across the board.
Like, it is kind of annoying sometimes when I wake up really early and I take care of all the pigs. And you just
Sleep.
Yeah. Some help is always good.
Yeah. I always take care of them during the day, though. I watch them. I've been cleaning them. I've been doing better. I have made more of an effort to make sure that I scoop them and take care of the hay, excess hay and everything out of the cage.
It's just responsibility.
No, it is, but I realized...
You also had nose and chalk
for a
when you
while.
lived alone.
Yeah, and I fumbled the ball a little bit with them. So that's what I'm saying. Because seeing you take care of them to watching me how I did it in Illinois, huge difference. That's why I learned a lot.
They're not exactly low maintenance pets.
No, they're not low maintenance.
As a lot of people may think. I know when we got Nose,
we thought
a couple years ago, I was like, oh, he's gonna be good for you. You're not gonna have to do much with him. He's just cuter than a fish.
Yeah.
I should have remembered because I had guinea pigs when I was younger.
It's a lot. I would not recommend them for kids, personally, unless the parent is going to be really hands-on with it.
And you don't have a crazy kid.
And you know that
because they are really delicate.
Yeah, but I think the parent, if you go good, it is a good first pet if the parent is willing to really help out and be like,
and they know how to take care of them.
That's what it's like. If it was you, I would trust you with a kid taking care of a guinea pig. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if it's like me getting a guinea pig for the first time and a kid getting a guinea pig for the first time,
right? If you've never had a guinea pig before in your life, or you're not familiar with them,
really,
I wouldn't get them.
Or just really do the research and make sure you know what you're getting into.
Because let's be honest, if we have a kid, like, I'm probably still gonna have guinea pigs around.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, oh, a kid can't have a guinea pig.
No, absolutely not. But I'm saying that just
don't leave it for the kid to take care of.
Do the research. Yes.
Take care of it.
It's not like a hermit crab where you just gotta give it a little water and stuff like that, and it can just exist.
Yeah. There are so many weird pets now that people have.
Hermit crabs is always a weird one that I used to have when I was a kid.
I never had a hermit crab.
I had a bunch.
I'm not sure I would like a hermit crab.
They're a little weird, but...
I really like Howie the crab.
Yeah, the crab on TikTok that's done like it's just a blue crab.
I would like her.
How many people
How would
eat
you feel
those?
if I got her?
That'd be bad.
Not the Howie.
No, I would not. I would
Howie.
not like that.
Why not?
I just for me, saltwater tanks are expensive. Expensive.
That's what it is.
They are
the money.
A lot to maintain, and just for a blue crab that every single day I'm gonna look at and I'm gonna say that would look so good. That would look so good with Old Bay sauce on her.
Oh my god!
Blue crabs taste so good.
They're squeaking in there so loud right now.
I'm not gonna cook them.
I don't know why.
They want lettuce. Wig told everyone.
I think she did. She went in there and bragged.
Yep.
I got lettuce and you didn't. Ha ha ha.
But I wouldn't. But I would not want a blue crab.
Okay, so a duck instead.
Absolutely not. I don't want a weird pet.
Weird pets are
cool, interesting.
Cute.
Get a snake.
They're different. No. So you have a snake. If you really wanted a snake,
they'd be here.
You could get that snake.
I don't want that snake.
But that's another, I don't want one. So we're not really bringing it here.
I wouldn't bring a reptile into this house for a couple of reasons. But
in case it gets out.
If it ever got out, I know that the guinea pigs would be at risk.
No.
As much as I want to pretend.
Wig does black magic.
You can say that all you want.
Don't mess with Wig.
If we got any sort of lizard that was capable of eating a mouse, or the big ones, it could easily take a guinea pig. And I would not want that.
Yeah.
I would not want that risk in the house for the sake of the pets. I wouldn't jeopardize one pet's health over me just having a pet that I like. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
It does.
But I wouldn't get cat because I wouldn't trust a cat around the guinea pigs.
Yeah, cats are hard to tell what kind of cat you're.
And I'm not going to gamble on that.
You could get a nice cat. You could get a mean cat.
Yeah, it's 70-30.
You could get a cat that likes killing things. You could get a cat that doesn't want anything to do with killing things. They have a lot of different.
I feel like it's 70-30 mean to nice. I don't think nice cats exist. Me personally, I never met one. And every
I've met a couple nice cats.
But then every owner I meet's like, "Oh, my cat's so nice," and you look at their arm and it's covered in scratches, and you're like,
that's a red flag.
Are you telling me this cat's actually nice?"
Our camera died, but we are back. We were talking smack about cats.
Wait, I do want to break away from that for a couple of seconds and ask you, what are some of your most memorable moments with the animals? What are your favorite, times and
my favorite moments on like a day-to-day basis would be coming home, not only being greeted by a dog, but being greeted by 4 guinea pigs and a bunny.
I think that all our animals have a larger-than-life personality, to be honest with you.
They all have a unique individual personality that if you met them, you could definitely tell what their personalities are.
They're not just small rodents, so to say.
And they spice up your life.
I agree with that.
Amazing to have. I wouldn't trade them for the world.
I think overall, if you have the ability to add a pet to your relationship, you do it. I think it's almost adding another dimension to it. It enriches it. It gives you a constant friend, so when your other friends all flake on you or you got nothing to do, you can sit at home and just chill with your pet, and you two have plenty of fun.
Yeah.
They entertain you in so many ways, and they have so many quirks to them, and they have so many interesting things, and it's the more you spend time with your pets and the more you just talk to them, the more you see another side of just, it's not just a four-legged fur friend, it's way more in depth than that, or a
so
scaly
I think
buddy.
our final consensus is definitely that they make relationships.
I agree with that.
They don't break it.
Add a pet.
And we actually agree on that.
I think so. We're on the first few times.
There's going to be negatives about anything.
They
at the end of the day,
they outweigh all positives.
All the positives and what they add, so much better.
I agree with you. I just want to say thank you to the people who have tuned in and listened so far.
Yeah.
We set the bar pretty low, I think, expectation-wise. At least I did.
Our standards were low.
And you guys crushed everything. So I just want to say thank you for all the dedication and appreciation you guys have given to us. It's going to be a wild ride, and we thank you guys for tuning in and listening to it.
I think we're gonna definitely stick with it. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that jazz.
I do want to say one thing for the people listening on YouTube. That 720p, we're going to fix that. The camera's shooting 1080. I'm very upset about that because nobody wants to watch a video in 720, and we know that, so we're going to get better, we promise.
Yeah, I personally only watch 1080.
Exactly. I'm disgusted that we...
really high standards for my videos.
Personally, I thought we should just take it down and sing in 720. That's my fault.
Oh my goodness.
That's just pathetic.
Well, it's staying up.
I know, but that's just my fault for realizing...
Cut off the end too, so...
We'll try and make sure it's not this time.
Editing's annoying.
We'll get there. Well,
but I think that wraps up our episode for today. We are going to be posting on Mondays now.
Monday mornings?
Yes. So,
bright and early.
Join us next week.
Thank you. Beauty in the Spectrum.
Signing off.